Mogul Motivation, educating and empowering entrepreneurs 1 week at a time. Presented by True Stories Media. And I am your host, Antoine Twiz Taylor.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mogul Motivation. The second episode that I ever did for this podcast was titled Insanity is Necessary. In that episode, I talked about how if you are willing to sacrifice your money, your time, your peace, your mental health, if you are willing to do a lot of unorthodox things to accomplish your dreams, then it's necessary to get there. You have to do that. It makes full sense for you to do these things. Although on the outside looking in, to the average person, it may seem like it's insane. It's insane that you're quitting this job that's paying you a great salary just to build a business that isn't generating enough revenue. It may seem insane that you rather spend time and work on this business instead of doing other things with your friends. It may seem insane that you're doing something that people can't see the vision and the potential in it. It's insane to the average person, but it's necessary for you to accomplish those dreams. That's what I talked about in a second ever episode of Mogul Motivation. But it's a different type of insane, a type of insanity that hinders us. And I can admit on this podcast, on this day, September 11, 2019, that I've been insane for 9 years. I'm not talking about the necessary insanity. I'm talking about the bad insanity. And the bad insanity is when you do the same thing over and over and you expect different results. You expect things to change. You expect things to be all right, even when you know what you're doing is wrong. I constantly have resorted to bad habits for the past 9 years and it's gotten me nowhere. Just like the Hebrews when they left Egypt and they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years, even though it wasn't a 40-year trip, that's how I feel right now. Because I constantly resort to bad habits that hinder my life, that hinder my journey. It's my fault. And it's your fault as well. You have to look at the bad habits that you constantly go to, that you do subconsciously and intentionally, even though you know it's not going to get you nowhere. We have to stop hindering our progress and hindering our journey by letting bad habits get in the way, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to our business life, our career life, and our personal lives. We have to stop pointing the finger. It's not always somebody else's fault. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to look on the inside and look at what are we doing. We know it's not going to work. We know it's not healthy to our career and to our progress, but we do it anyway. Today, I'm challenging you, anybody that's listening to this podcast, to stop being insane. Not the necessary insanity, but the bad insanity. The insanity that constantly takes us 3 steps back. The insanity that constantly burns bridges with our relationships around us. We have to stop doing that. We have to dig deep. And we have to try another route. We have to do things that are healthy and things that are progressive to get our business to the next level, to get our relationship to the next level, to get anything that we want to accomplish in our life. We have to focus on healthy goals. And I don't know what your bad habits are. I don't know what it is that constantly sets you back, but you know what it is. Be honest with yourself and cut it out right now. I challenge you to do that. Because when I had this revelation, I realized that I hold the power to my success. I was frustrated because I told myself that, I'm ready for the next level in my business. I've reached a plateau in my opinion sometimes, to whereas, yes, I'm successful. Yes, I have accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish so far, but I haven't got to that next level. And I had to tell myself the reason I haven't got to that next level is because I haven't owned my mistakes. I haven't owned the fact that I have bad habits and toxic traits. It's like I knew them subconsciously, but I didn't want to own it. I didn't want to admit it. And now it's out there, it's in the open, and it's no more excuses. It's 2019, it's about to be 2020, it's about to be a whole new decade. It's time for us to level up. It's time for us to go to new heights. But we have to stop being insane. We have to stop resorting to those bad habits. You know what your bad habits are. You know what toxic traits you have that, hinder your progress and burn the relationships around you. Cut them. I challenge you to cut them. I challenge you to kill those bad habits. I challenge you to eradicate your mind, your body, and your spirit of insanity. So going forward, the only insanity that we need is the necessary insanity. The insanity that we are willing to put in the work to build our business, to accomplish our goals. The insanity that we are willing to sacrifice everything that is not important so that we can live the life that most people don't want to live. It's not that they can't do it, they don't want it. Because they don't want to leave those bad habits alone. They want to continue to be insane by doing the same thing over and over and expect success and riches and profits to fall into their laps. It's not going to happen. So that's my message this morning. Let's continue to work. Let's continue to imagine reality. Insanity is necessary, but it's a different type of insanity. That's the insanity that we don't need. That's the insanity that we got to get rid of. And once we do that, things will be so much clearer for us. We will move different. We will feel more confident. We will be invincible. If this podcast has helped you out in any way, shape, or form, please leave a 5-star review and pass it on to somebody else you know who may benefit from it as well. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you next week.